My dear people of Ambazonia, my dear brave warriors of our liberation movement, I know this is a very late hour, 10:23 in Eastern Time, the United States of America, about 4:23 a.m. in Ambazonia, of course in Ground 1, and about 3:22 a.m. in Ground 2. My people, I know you'll be wondering what is it that brings me up at this hour of the night. We have a very big discussion tonight. This discussion is going to last just a few minutes. It won't be long, but it will be very engaging. I know that I'm not counting on too many people to join at this hour. I'm convinced that you will join at a much later hour. A lot of you have complained about the sound here. Like I said before, my studio was dismantled as I moved, and frantic efforts are being made to reinstate that our beautiful blue state studio that you know. And so while those efforts are being made, at least we need to keep communicating because we are at war. And because we are at war, we have to continue to battle together. But I also understand the sound system in this little room where I am is not yet the best. But I must commend one of our comrades, Comrade Alem, for making it possible at least for us to be able to be having this conversation. He's promised to stop by and work on the sound, and I know Comrade Alem will soon work on the sound system to make sure that the echoes will stop. But for the time being, bother more about the message and not very much about the quality of the sound. Yeah, I know some of you say, but why do you think we shouldn't bother about the quality of the sound? Like I said before, I didn't fundraise to build my studio. I worked personally to build it up because that is the spirit we must bear in Ambazonia. And so the short program, the short broadcast is meant actually to help us recalibrate. There's so much that we have right ahead. If you are able to join at this hour, share. Share and share and share for those who are still up, who can be part of this broadcast, because my people of Ambazonia, we have peril ahead of us. We really have to rise to the occasion. We have to make hay while the sun shines. And I consider it a singular duty to sound this alarm so that you will not say tomorrow that you were not aware, that you were not informed. I want to speak to our hearts and minds tonight. It's true that I really feel that there are some of us who sit behind and think that this struggle is a struggle of others. It's not a struggle of myself, but we have to be in this together. Let's have some little music while we get a few come. Oh my goodness, I'm delighted to find that we're already almost 50 of us on. How much can I thank you for being part of this movement, for being devoted to this movement? Let's enjoy these few sound bars for the next 3 minutes, and then I get into the discussion of this moment. So I want to acknowledge Miji Pastor. I want to acknowledge Theodore Ego. I want to acknowledge from Tangwan George, Praita, Rufus Sinju, Justice Freedom. I want to acknowledge all of you and congratulate you for being over this hour and for making it a point to join this broadcast. Let's really enjoy this piece of music by Dr. Colin Sokwen for a few minutes, then we'll get into the business of this discussion. I want My people, sometimes you guys will wonder why I haven't taken the light to dance in the middle of a worrying situation like this one. It is because sometimes I have the opportunity to see things that a good lot of people don't see. I have the opportunity to be privy to knowledge that a good lot of people don't have. And I have the opportunity to have known many years before now that we will get to where we are going to. And so, therefore, while sometimes some people feel like they need to cry, they need to weep, and all whatnot, I have a smile on my face. This permanent smile on my face should reassure you that we are not on a journey to nowhere. We're on a journey to the place we intend to go to. Listen, we may face vicissitudes, we may face difficulties, we may have uphill tasks, we may really have people among us who are Judases. It has happened everywhere. Even in South Africa, we saw it. But, my dear people of Ambazonia, the end game is freedom. This is why I'm up at this hour of the night. This is why I'm communicating at this hour of the night. This is why I've decided I will not sleep anymore and I will not sleep again. Because my people of Ambazonia, this freedom is so dear to me and I know it is dear to you too. Listen, there are things we will share tonight that you have not heard before and that you may not hear again. So therefore, don't hear them alone. Share and share while we listen to this beautiful piece of music. Mama fadwa ina wo nini sebeti wamo oh oh achaze chi ogwa yesa ambora bagese za alubor ikane malwaye adamu I want to go hey I'm quiet I have the habit of referring to Comrade Cho Ayaba as one choir. I'm sure if he's watching this, he'll be wondering that is this man talking to me? Because we have this folklore in Meta that they say one choir to jiggle, one can no, and it's always very interesting. Please don't get worked up. And I really like this message from this brother here, from Sultan, who says, generally in a revolution, there are always ups and downs. When things are not moving, we should not give up, but change the strategy. That is the spirit. That's what is bringing me here tonight. I don't know, were you really the mind of the gods or Comrade Fonsotan, accept my salutation. You are right on point. When I listened to the voice in SOP, to the colonel in SOP, he said, Una listen, una listen, una listen. And I said, that is the spirit. He said, Igome, boom. I said, that is the spirit. So Almighty plays date. My people of Ambazonia, I want to begin right now. Thank you, Justice Freedom. Also, we need to be humble enough to acknowledge when we get it wrong. True. I've not always got it right. I don't always pretend to think that I've got it right all the time. There are times too that I might have got it wrong. But there are moments when I deliberately decided to get it wrong. Because Jimmy Cliff says sometimes you can be right and get wrong. He says you can be wrong and get right. And I will tell you those instances. I'm a communicator, I'm a journalist. I also have expertise in international public action or international public policy. And trust me, I'm going to have a broadcast here to explain to all and sundry. And I promise this, it's not going to be a no show. This particular broadcast will take place on Tuesday, and that will be at 6 p.m. Amber time. Even if it rains, it snows, or it's everything, I will be here for that broadcast. I want to explain to each and every one how poverty is a public policy in La République du Cameroon. Listen to me well. Poverty as a public policy. Some people don't understand this. I read public policy. I was even working my way to read a PhD in public policy analysis when this whole crisis broke off and I had my life in tatters. I've not given up. I'll still do that. But I'll explain to you Tuesday. Today is the 17th. I'm in the US, so it's 17. Saturday will be 18, Sunday 19, Monday 20, Tuesday 21 at 6 p.m. Amber time. I will be on this channel. I will be a live program to explain to each and everyone how poverty is a public policy in La République du Cameroon. And the lines will be open. I'll let the phone lines open. I'll give a number. You can ask questions at the end of my presentation. Because I like all of us to know that we are unevenly yoked in a deadly system that will not know any end, even in the next 2 centuries. If you don't know what a century is, it means 100 years. 1 century means 100 years. So 2 centuries means 200 years. That is exactly what we have before us. That's what we are up against. So you know that. So without any much waste of time, let's begin this broadcast. So, my people of Ambazonia, I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of this broadcast. I see about 71 of us on right now. Continue to share, but don't you worry. I know others will catch up with us in the course of the day. It's a late night broadcast. I came back from work today. I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I felt like I needed to just get into my bed and get some rest. But again, something kept pricking my mind. Mr. Kuru, you can't sleep. Why? Because I find myself in the United States of America by default. I was established in Cameroon. Let me call it Cameroon like that. And I felt my life was on good cause. But suddenly, I got that calling. I joined the others. We got into the consortium. We found ourselves where we are. Today, I'm on exile. I'm an asylee. Am I supposed to feel so contented and so happy where I am? Maybe I'm one of the few lucky ones who had the opportunity to have a place which is a land of opportunities, where I can earn my living, where I can feed my family, where I can sit down and take my children and look at them and still feel that they have a future. But I ask myself, Mr. Akuro, the millions of people you left on ground zero, do they have the same future like you? Those people have children. Do those children have the same future like your children? My dear brothers and sisters of Ambazonia, tonight I have more worries, questions. Because listen, the Ambazonian dream is in peril. I had the opportunity to talk to quite some people who called me and said, "Oh, you people forget about that your struggle. You people in the diaspora, you have been fighting among yourself so much that everybody is discouraged and normalcy is returning." And I said, these are people who refuse to recognize the bravery of our brave hearts, the boys and girls in the bushes who continue by day and by night to remind the Republic of Cameroon and the world that things will not be business as usual. They stopped braveries in Balangi. In Sop, our people made it impossible for the people to survive. In Bafut, they had serious running battles all day, the 17th of February. In several other parts, there was trouble. Then one young man, who from records had been a permanent sellout, decided to openly announce himself, just like Nick Santos did in the United States of America, just like Foncha did in the United States of America. But that gives La République du Cameroon sound bites to try and tell our people that normalcy is returning and your dream is dying. My people of Ambazonia, I come here tonight with a message to tell each and every one of you that sit back, think a little, think a bit. If at this point in time, when there is an upheaval, serious upheaval, La République du Cameroon continues to cut our people and take them to their country, to the capital of that country, how is the situation going to be if we fail? Please, if you're watching me now, stop for one moment. Comrade Pastor and others, stop for one moment. Close your eyes. Dream a little. Imagine that we lose in this liberation movement. Imagine that we fail. Imagine that everything comes back to normal. Imagine that all the voices in the bush surrender because they don't have the means to continue to stand up to the oppression of the oppressor. Imagine for one moment that our people decide to give up on Sunday. Imagine for one other second that everybody of us says, okay, we are bound to La République du Cameroon. What will be our fate? Have you thought of this? Have you had time to think about this? Have you had time to let this kind of thoughts go through your mind? I recall, even when we were battling at CRTV at the day in the days when I was working at CRTV, I tell people, you can't do this to us. We are not a conquered people. We still have some little pride. We will have the same pride if we fail. That is why La République du Cameroon, looking at the situation on the ground, they tell themselves, we can turn our backs on Canada. They turn their backs on Swiss. And they tell themselves, we can turn our backs on Canada and we will be sure that we will soon crush them. We don't need any negotiations. We don't need any talks. We will dictate our law on them. We will poo in their mouths. We will pee on their heads. We will take their women. We will take their land. We will take everything. At that time, we will no longer be able to talk. At least our forebears, we blame them. We blame Foncha. We blame Angelique. We blame Joa. We blame Muna. But at least they could still stand up and show some degree of pride and claim that they were not conquered at war. Will it be the same claim we will make if we are crushed today? Will it be the same claim we will make if finally the Republic silences all of us? I am here tonight, my dear brethren, to ring the bell, to sound that gong so hard that those of you who have withdrawn from this movement, those of you who have decided to stop funding this movement, those of you who say, I've been so hurt by this or so hurt by that, I can't do anything anymore. Look at those mothers in a corner who moved on full peace plans and decided that we are all ready to die and stormed Goya to ask for the release of their children. We call that bravery, don't we? Now, what is our own bravery? Giving up at the least challenge? Giving up at the least sign that we should be discouraged? Listen, my people of Ambazonia, I want to make this clear here. I had a conversation with a lot of my relays on Ground Zero who met our brave hearts and talked with them, a good lot of them, and they said the time has come to make it big like it happened elsewhere. That in Ambazonia, we have done what is called maintenance. Maintenance means just making La Republic Cameroon feel uncomfortable. But we need to start kicking La Republic Cameroon out of our territory. How do we do that? How can we do that if they don't have the means? How can we do that if we are not able to set the foot soldiers and give them the possibility to go out on the field? Now when I come here and I tell you I have civil society regents who want to go from place to place to help our brave hearts to protect their phones from being monitored, we need little support. All I see later on down there are insults. Listen, my dear brethren, Mbakakuru has been in this movement many years before 2016. And you would agree with me. Listen, I have not come online any day to beg for any means to live, to keep my family intact, or to pay my rent in the United States. I came here in 2018 by default, booted out from Cameroon, and then chased again like an animal through the forest in Nigeria. Myself, my wife, and 3 children, a family of 5. We battled our way, we fought like lions in the United States of America to be able to have at least a place to stay, to have food to eat, to have what to feed our families. And I've been contributing to this movement. When I call on you to make a contribution, $50, $100, and try to sponsor those who are going on foot, moving from Kikaikom through Mbesa to Fundong, just to go and deliver a message. And then they trek again from Fundong, walking through the winding hills to Njinikom, down to Big Babanki to deliver a message. For those who live from Badun and walk through all the risks, passing through all the risky villages, Ndipsi Aku, Ndipsi 1 and everything. Yes, from Badun. Badun is in Nguti, local government area. Go through all the bushes and all not to get to Ndipsi, that's already in the non-clan. Get to Elum 1, Elum 2, to get to Nya, to get to Nkiko, to get to Ndum, to deliver messages of safety to our brethren. You will tell me that Mbakakuru has come here again to beg money. My people, we have dire circumstances before us. We must send evangelists to the field. Don't be a passive supporter of this movement. Because I'm telling you, besides me asking tonight, that come right here and contribute what you can, because we have to send people all around to help our brethren to protect their communications. Don't tell me anything. One thing you need to do. You want to insult me? Insult me. Call me names, every kind of name, but put in the money. Go to Amber Relief, that's AMBARELIEF 2018 at gmail.com. That is both Zelle and PayPal. Put in some money. Let's send these people out. But that is not the message I bring here tonight. The message I bring here tonight is that we are getting towards a precipice, towards a place none of us would like. Yes. You see, even right now as I'm communicating with you all, I'm grappling with issues of technology. I'm grappling with issues of settings and everything. But you see, I'm fighting here. Just like our Lord Jesus Christ was born in a carpenter's tent, this I'm fighting in this studio. Battling with technology on every way to communicate, to bring this message to all and sundry, to tell you, all my people, that the days ahead will not be interesting for us if we don't take hard measures. This particular broadcast tonight was to announce that I'll have a major broadcast on Sunday. On Sunday, February 19, 2023. And henceforth, every Sunday I will be live here. Tell those who don't know. Every Sunday I will be live here at 6 p.m. Amber time. Even when the time zone will change, I will still be live here at 6 p.m. Amber time every Sunday for us to share the tidbits that will help us to get to the promised land. But tonight, I'm also here to announce that the leadership of our liberation movement have agreed that we have to send teams across the world for fundraising. Yes, I will personally lead the rest of the leadership that will be coming to the United States of America. We will go from state to state. And I'm calling on each and every one of us who is watching this show. Please volunteer. Volunteer to say you will organize the people in your state to receive this team. Yes, we have decided that we will fundraise in one treasury because we need to change the dynamics in 2023. We can't afford to lose this liberation movement. We can't afford to lose this fight. Comrade Ayaba, Comrade Akwanga, Comrade Yerima, myself and Comrade Prizo Agbo of the SCMC, and we're reaching out to others. At least we have agreed that we'll put together a joint team that will go from place to place in the month of March, beginning from the second week of the month of March. We will go from place to place. We will begin with the United States, move to Canada, move to the rest of the world on to get to the AAC to fundraise in one treasury for one purpose, that is to change the dynamics on ground zero. We have to change the strategy. I will not announce it here, but I want you to know that we have all agreed that this liberation movement has come of age. And therefore, my people, don't sit in your corner and say my group is not called, my group is not represented. I'm going to give you tonight, this is going to be my WhatsApp number that I will give tonight for each and every one of us who want to volunteer in your state to mobilize the people. We are not going to be hiring halls. We don't want to spend any money to raise money. Even our coming, we will pay our transportation. If it's by air, we have agreed everyone from their pockets will take care of their transportation. We are driving, everyone will fill their cars. If we don't have to sleep in people's houses, we are sleeping in hotels, everyone will pay for their hotel room. Because every single dollar raised must go towards the big change we want to do on ground zero. So I want you to volunteer. If you are in the United States of America, you are watching me now. Listen, take this number, 240-883-6443. This is WhatsApp only. 240-883-6443. Take it again, 240-883-6443. Reach out to me. Indicate your state. Say you want to volunteer. We will try to mobilize other people around you in your state to join you in volunteering, to mobilize our people for these visits. Listen, my people of Ambazonia, if you have stopped contributing, this is the time to come back and contribute. Because trust me, listen, if we fail, none of us will be spared. I mean, not one of us will be spared. I do not plan to really get any insults tonight. I don't know if I should, because I itch to let people see what is before us. I itch to let people understand the wahala, let me call it wahala, that we will all face if we do not rise to the occasion. Oh Lord, I had the opportunity 2 nights ago to have just a little feel of what will happen to us. A little feel. You don't want to hear about it. You will not like it. You will tell yourself, this is horrible. This is not acceptable. This is not understandable. So therefore, my people of Ambazonia, listen to me. If you hear my voice, don't harden your heart. Listen to me. We have to rise to the occasion. We have to fundraise. We have to put together the resources. We have to make sure we change the dynamics. The dynamics have to change. I've told myself, Mr. Akuru, you have stayed behind so long. You have let others think that, oh, perhaps roll it back, we can't bite. But today, I want to get to the forefront to let you know, I have never asked you for any dollar to feed my family. I never asked you for any dollar to pay my rents. I never asked you for any dollar to build my studio, this studio that I've been broadcasting in. Never asked anybody for any dollar to do anything for my well-being. Each time I've come here to ask for resources is for us to do things. Today I'm coming here to announce we need so much money, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. We must raise that money between now and May. Like the people can join way decide that we will ignore Canada. We will insult the government of Canada. We will insult the government of Switzerland. We will insult everybody. We will tell even the world that ne Dieu pas au pouvoir qui veut, mais Dieu qui peut. We will tell you that the Cameroon est indivisible. We will tell you that this issue is internal. Why? Because they know that we are so divided. They know that they are frightened us to think that we should not contribute money anymore because somebody will eat it. They have terrorized us enough to feel that we need rather to fight each other than to join and fight the Republic of Cameroon. Listen, folks, I have news for each and every one of you tonight. The time has come to rise to the occasion. When I'm here on Sunday, I will remind each and every one of us how single individuals in their corners, wherever they were in the world, were able to change the dynamics. You want me to talk about Rosa Parks, who refused to see her position in the bus, in a segregated bus to a white man? Should I say the rest of the revolution that happened? Those who are in the United States of America know what I'm talking about today. There are too many people like this who are ready to put their head on a guillotine for the sake of humanity. Listen, my people, all of us who are in this world, nobody will leave this place alive. Oh yes. It's cruel what I say. It's so strong, so direct, so painful. But can you recall anyone who ever left the world alive to wherever? Nobody. So therefore, why should we quarrel against each other when we need to bond together to change at least the course of the life that we have to live in this world? Especially in Ambazonia, there is no place like home. There is no place like home. Home sweet home. My people of Ambazonia, join me here on Sunday, February 19, 6 p.m. Amber time, but most especially, begin telling the people in your state that the time to come back to the fold, to bring out the money again, is now. Because the urgency of now cannot be postponed. We must change the dynamics. Look at our fellow friends in the Republic of Cameroon. We call them our noisy neighbors. Go to their various social media platforms. Subscriptions have gone up. Some witnessed 4,000, 5,000 within 3 days. In addition. But for Ambazonia, we have stopped watching ourselves. We have stopped communing together. We have stopped coming together to talk about the things that matter for us. We are all concerned today about what happened to Martinez Ogo. Oh yes, we forget that when it happened to Wazizi, we did not have this mobilization. Nobody will do it for us if we don't do it for ourselves. Trust me, nobody will do it for us. I want to thank all of you who made it to this broadcast tonight at this very late hour. I see you are just so many of you are not able to acknowledge everyone. Mr. Emmanuel, so I see you are not able to acknowledge everyone because I need to, conclude this broadcast by saying the mass, the real mass, will be on Sunday at 6 p.m. For nothing in the world, don't miss it. Inform your friends, inform your family, inform everyone around you. Because the time has come for us to change the dynamics of the struggle. Listen, my folks. Listen, my people. And in the United States of America, like a good lot of us in the diaspora, either in America, in Germany, in Britain, in Norway, in Finland, in everywhere. Yes, in so many places. Yeah, we are free. Some have even taken nationality already and everything. But none of us have forgotten that we come from Ambazonia. And there is only one thing we need to do to save this homeland. That is coming together, pulling resources together, and making sure we free this homeland. Because there is no place like home. I had the opportunity today to talk to one lady who told me, I'm getting ready to see, I've never been to so many places out of America. It's a white lady. She said, and I'm thinking of moving to Africa, looking for a village where people are deprived, people have nothing and everything, and change the life of someone. Oh gosh. And I asked, there are so many people in America too, in Baltimore, then in shanty areas, in Washington DC, then in areas, in so many places, in so many parts of America who don't have what to eat. Why don't you go to them? Why did you choose to go to Africa? And she said one important thing. The people around me in the United States of America suffer from entitlement because they have opportunities that some are rejecting. But the people back on the continent in Africa, they don't have those opportunities. I did not fail to say your governments make it impossible for our people to choose their leaders. But Ambazonia, we can make a difference. Listen, Rwanda has made a difference. We can see today Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, they are saying no to France. Did we ever in Ambazonia have to belong with that community Cameroon that have made themselves a footstool of France? We didn't. If this hurts you, what I say, rise up in holy anger and make sure that you get ready for this blast that we're putting ahead to change the dynamics. I'd like to hold here and thank all of you. You see, I have a glass in my hands tonight. The reason I have this glass is because I know that this is how it will end in Ambazonia, in Bongo Square. It will be celebration. Ignore all those misguided people who want to tell us that we will not get there. I know we will get there. I hear the sound of freedom and I kept hearing it. Join me getting ready for it. So God bless you.